Alright, well, here we are back with another CD unboxing, and this time we've got Red Hot Chili Peppers. Finally getting around to these guys, even though I don't really listen to them on the daily. They're not like a playlist song I listen to, more like something I hear on the radio, but still a band that I love to listen to. This is their album Mother's Milk, and before that, they had three other albums, all of which had different members. It still had Anthony Kiedis and Flea as the primary members, but for the other ones, there were other ones. There were other members. The first album had songs that had either Hillel Slovak on them or Jack Sherman. Wait, I don't think it was Jack. Was it Jack Sherman or Jack Irons? I know Jack Irons, but I know the other guy was called Sherman. And then for Freaky Styley, they had Hillel Slovak as well as Cliff Martinez, who was the drummer on the self-title up until Freaky Styley. And then for the Uplift Mofo Party album, they got Jack Irons back, and they got Hillel Slovak on it, which was actually the last album to have Hillel Slovak on it because he died of an overdose a year later. Sad story. This is their fourth album, Mother's Milk. It's actually the first album to feature, I don't know how you say his name, John Frusciante. I could be saying that wrong. And Chad Smith as well, which is now the primary members of the group. This one still keeps in touch with the band's other style, which was like alternative metal and funk metal and such. John didn't really like the band's other material, and by that I mean like he preferred, I believe rhythm over melody or melody over rhythm. I can't remember, but the producer wanted more heavy metal riffs, and the two fought. Um, so there's that. But let's take a look at this. We got the cover art. It's a model named Don Allen, I believe. And I got the members there. You got Kiedis, um, Chad Smith. You got uh, the new member John Frusciante and Flea. Um, I just learned this earlier in the day, but there was actually a censored version because of the cover art. Dawn Allen didn't know she was gonna be on the cover, and apparently a lot of retailers didn't like that, and so they made a censored version of it where it's pretty much the same cover, only the members are much bigger, and there's even an alternate. It's even got like different pictures of the members. They got like Flea with a hat as well. Compared to their other albums, though, this one actually did pretty well. It actually, I think, went gold in the same year. Hold on, focus. There's a spine. You're probably wondering, why do I have it upside down? That's because it's one of those albums where the spine is facing away from the back cover, so when you turn it, it shows upside down on both sides. Okay, here's the back. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a reissued version because it has a purple barcode, or pink barcode. Not purple, pink barcode compared to the white barcode. Um, I believe the most notable track on here is Higher Ground, which is really good for what it is. Definitely wouldn't say it's their best album because they've had better songs later on. Michael Bay Bayenhorn, I think that's how you say his name. I'm not good with the names here. I think the censored version is a lot rarer than the regular version. I think you can barely find any copies of that. Here we have uh, the album or the CD here. It's just regular old black text because that was how EMI did their records back then. This also, I think, the first Red Hot Chili Peppers album to have an official booklet, whereas their first two albums, well, the original first two albums, it was just a front and back, and when you open it up, there was literally just nothing in there. They did remaster these albums though. They came with bigger booklets, featured some pictures that that other people haven't seen before. This punk rock classic, which I don't think is really punk rock though. Johnny Kicks a Hole in the Sky. Yeah, the remastered ones, they came with demos, and they came with a bigger booklet with pictures as well as a history of it. Here's the back cover. This album is dedicated to the memory of Hillel Slovak. Well, personally, I wouldn't say this is their greatest album. I think there's a lot better with what it is, but it's still a decent album, especially with Higher Ground. I thought Fight Like the Brave was on here, but no, that's part of the Uplift Mofo Party album. If you are going to pick this up, I do recommend getting the remasters, primarily because of the extended booklets and the bonus tracks. But this did make room for the album Blood Sugar Sex Magic, which does not have a remaster, primarily because it was on Warner Bros. Records, I believe, and EMI just couldn't remake that one because it's on a different record label, but they remade this. So yeah, there's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good night. My Ohio wins.